Hello and welcome back to the channel, where today I want to talk about tyre cleaners. Now, tyre cleaners are making a bit of a push in the market. Companies seem to be pushing these out more and more now, and that's interesting. You see, for a long time, cleaning my tyres, I've just used all-purpose cleaners. But the argument from some people is that a tyre cleaner, a dedicated product which is designed to do that very thing, will do the job better with perhaps less effort and less applications. I know when I clean my tyres with an all-purpose cleaner, I like to use it with 2 hits. I give it one go, rinse it off, give it another go, just to make sure I definitely got everything. Well, I've got 4 different tyre cleaners here to try. I've got Auto Glands Rebound. I believe this may have been the first to market. This comes in a giant 5-litre bottle, so I've decanted it down into this. You can buy smaller ones, but I bought the big one. I've got Sam's Detailing Wheel and Tyre Cleaner. This one is different because it states it can be used to clean your wheels as well. It's also interesting because it has a different nozzle, so you can have a spray of mist, or if you close the door, it creates a foam. If you like that, we'll be trying both. I've got Detailed Online Purge. This is a rubber and tyre cleaner, so it's for a bit of both. If you've got your rubber trims, for example, you can use this for that as well. I mean, you should be able to use all of these like that. And then finally, I've got Mirror Image Car Care's Zap Tyre Cleaner. All of these are going to be tried in 2 different styles. We'll see, because I have 4 absolutely filthy tyres on my car. It hasn't been washed in months. So let's get out there and give them a try. So here we have the first filthy wheel. This is the front left tyre. And you'll be able to see on the ground in just a second the mud running off. This is just coming from the sidewall of the tyre. This is not coming from anywhere else. Yes, the car is filthy. It's due for a clean in the next video, which I will be filming directly after this. So I'm using the high pressure water to get as much grime off the tyre as possible. They're all going to be treated this very same way. So this is Auto Glands Rebound. I'm giving it a relatively simple application. I'm not overloading the tyre because I want to see how well this actually performs on its own. What I've got there is a cheap detailing brush. It's actually a sash brush that you can pick up from B&Q. What I wanted to do with this was to use this to scrub the right side of the tyre only, mainly because this is relatively soft. It's not a stiff bristled brush. What this will do is it'll allow me to gauge how well the tyre cleaner performs without too much mechanical agitation. A stiff bristled tyre brush will do much more at shifting dirt, and using this softer brush allows me to find out how much work the chemical is actually doing with a light agitation like that. You can see though that the foam has come up quite brown. And what I've got there is the SGCB tyre scrubbing brush with another application of Rebound there. And this is where I'm actually going to town with it. So I'm not just relying on the chemical to do the cleaning, I'm also relying on those stiffer but flexible bristles to shift the dirt. And what we're hoping for here is to see some sort of difference between the left and the right. If the left side is cleaner, then we know that'll be because the tyre scrubbing brush has done the extra amount of work and effort. But that will all come up at the end of this video. We'll make sure all of these tyres are dried using warm, high-speed air, and we'll have a look. Now, I'm not going to make you sit and watch every single part at regular speed, so I will speed up the scrubbing process afterwards, but just to show you here what kind of state these tyres were actually in. These are my winter tyres, and they've certainly had a beating. You'll notice there I'm also cleaning the wheel, or at least rinsing off the loose dirt from the wheel, because on this tyre I'm going to be using the Sam's Detailing Wheel and Tyre Cleaner. So I'm going to be applying this to the wheel as well. So this is with a little flap open to spray, and then with the flap closed, it creates a foam. You You can see the difference there. And also the left side of the wheel gets a foam spray and the right side gets a wet spray. I can't really figure out another way to describe that to you. Now what was interesting here was that I was certainly seeing the foam turning brown. It doesn't really appear too much on camera there, but the foam was starting to go brown very quickly. You could tell there was a difference because this stuff goes on luminous green. It's a really nice looking, interesting stuff. So soft brush and then stiff brush. And then I went back to the soft brush, loaded it up, and used that for cleaning this steel wheel. It's a rusty old thing, it's nothing special, but I just wanted to see how well it would clean it up. And we'll come back to that a little bit later. This is the rear right wheel. It looks absolutely awful. This side picks up all the spray from passing vehicles, and you can see it is utterly disgusting. This side has had the worst hammering of all. And like I said, it's been months since I've cleaned this car, and I've never once cleaned these winter tires. So this is detailed online purge, rubber and tire cleaner. And it foamed up quite well. You can see that light brown appearance there in the foam. I did remark to myself that this felt slightly slicker. It may have just been a trick of the mind, not entirely sure, but it felt like the scrubbing brush was able to move a bit more freely. And then moving on lastly to the front right wheel, and we've got Zap from Mirror Image Car Care going on to this tire. This tire was nowhere near as bad as the rear right, but still pretty horrible. Going on with the cleaner, this was the most misted of all the spray triggers. This one had a very fine mist, which allowed it to get across the tire pretty well. But if you're using this on a windy day, half your product may blow away, so do keep that in mind. A good scrub there and a rinse off. And now we'll revisit all the tires dry. Like I said, I have used a blower here, high-speed warm air, to not only push the water off, but actually use evaporation. And you can see there the left side of the tire doesn't look too bad. This is back at the original first tire with rebound, but you can see that right side there, there's some staining and more marks. It hasn't done a great job on the right side, but the left side is a bit better. So let's move on. This is the Sam's detailing one. This one did a pretty decent job. Honestly, I would have liked to hit these tires twice each, but hitting them once gives us a good idea of what kind of performance you can expect to receive from these products. You can see there's a little bit of staining and still brown on this left side of the tire. Moving over to the right side. It's only when you get up close that you start to see all these wee marks. But there it is. It's looking fairly even. I would say from a distance, when it's zoomed out, that's not a bad looking tire considering what it looked like before. The detailed online tire now. You can see there's a bit of a difference there, so the left side still has some marks and scrapes and staining. That's the side that received the stiff brushing. And over on the right with the gentle brush, you can see there is still some marks there, but again, when it's zoomed out, it doesn't look too bad.
needs another go. But I'm asking a lot of all of these products. And there's Zap from Mirror Image Car Care. This is pretty good. You can see there's a bit more of a difference here. The left side looks pretty good. There's not a huge amount of staining and marks going on there. Not a huge amount of browning in the tire. But you'll see when we come around to the right side, you'll see there is a bit more in the way of the marks, the browning and so on. So the tire brush, the stiff tire brush, certainly does a better job with all of these products. But I'll leave it up to you which you think is the best. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I'll see you in the next one.